If you have been following the Caylen Deller case out of St. Johns County, Florida, the St. Augustine area, there is a new document out on the Putnam County Clerk of Court, which we'll go over. If you haven't seen anything about this case, I have a couple videos I'll link, but she is a 30-year-old woman who was last seen with Chad Mullen. He was reported missing by his family in September this past year, 2024. He was last seen with Caylen. They were traveling. They were apparently on and off again relationship. And his phone last pinged at her property in San Mateo, Florida. She owned a business at the location we're going to go over. It was a horse stable. I think she did lessons, things of that nature. But Chad's phone last pinged at that location before they later found his body buried nearby. It wasn't on her property, it was just nearby. So he was missing. They found him in October of 2024, and Caylen was arrested in November, and she is awaiting trial. So they do suspect her as being involved. Okay, so I was looking for some kind of documentation from court January the 9th, because supposedly Caylen Deller was supposed to be in court on the 9th for a hearing on her current charges in relation to the disappearance of Chad Mullen, her ex-boyfriend, and then the later discovery of his body buried near her property. So this was in the Putnam County Clerk of Court as the latest document, and it is a order for writ of possession and cost. So Caylen Deller is spelled with a K, and she spells her name with a C. I don't know if that's just a typo or if that's how her name is written on the deed, but the address here of 465 San Mateo Road in San Mateo, Florida, is the address where her business, Stormy Stables, is located, and it is the last location that Chad Mullen's phone had pinged when they were looking for him. So this was interesting. It looks like she is being evicted off the property. Of course, she's still incarcerated and awaiting trial. So in the county court, 7th Judicial Circuit, and in Putnam County, Florida, Florentine Recreation the third, LLC, plaintiff versus Caylen Deller and all others, defendant. And when I looked at her business, her filing, she had other people listed at one point, so we can look at that. I can go back and find that, and we can look at that later, but they just put and all others. Order for writ and possession of cause. This cause coming before the court upon plaintiff's complaint to evict, and the court having reviewed the file and being otherwise fully advised in the premises, it is ordered and adjudged as follows. The plaintiff, Florentine Recreations III, LLC, have and recover possession from the defendant, Caylen Deller, the premises described as follows. 465 San Mateo Road, San Mateo, Florida, 32187, that the plaintiff is entitled to a writ of possession directed to the sheriff of Putnam County, directing the sheriff to enter the said premises and to place the plaintiff in possession of the same, for which let writ of possession issue, and that the plaintiff, Florentine Recreation III, LLC, shall recover from the defendant, Caylen Deller, cost in the amount of $285 if the writ is not issued and $375 if the writ is issued, all of which shall bear interest at the rate of 9.5% for the current quarter and thereafter at the prevailing rate per quarter as provided for by the Florida statute, for all of which let execution issue. Done and ordered at Palatka County, Putnam County, Florida, December 2nd, 2024 at 12:32 p.m. by Elizabeth A. Morris, County Court Judge. And they sent copies to Florentine Recreations and Caylen Deller at her address that she's being evicted from. I guess that is her last known address, but she will obviously not be receiving that mail unless someone is getting her mail and bringing it to her. And then it says Florentine Recreations is out of Fort Myers, Florida. This filing is from 2022. Caylen Deller filed this amendment to remove someone from the business. It looks like she used to call it C&K Horsing Around and Training LLC. So now this was filed to amend or correct the prior filing. You can see they used an attorney through LegalZoom, but the business was called C&K Horsing Around and Training LLC. And they changed the name here. Okay, so under A, this was on April 8th, 2021, where they filed the Articles of Organization, and they changed the name of the company to Stormy S. Stables, LLC. And then this page shows they were removing an authorized member, Kenneth R. Wade, and changing Teodora Katana. Could be mispronouncing that name. Teodora Katana is what it looks like, who is also an authorized member, and listed the address at the 465 San Mateo Road. And this was signed by Caylen Deller on February 24th, 2022. So it looks like Caylen Deller is being evicted from the property, whether she was renting or owning. She did have this business listed here. It was a stable type service, and I think they did lessons and things like that. So it looks like either if she's been incarcerated since November, maybe she owed rent for November, December, January, so that would be 3 months rent or mortgage payment, and it wasn't paid, or possibly just because of her incarceration. I'm not sure, but it's not likely the business is bringing in money if she's not there to run it. I don't know about her business partners, whether they've been continuing to run the business or what's been going on with it, but that is the latest thing on the court docket for Caylen Deller, and I will continue to follow up on this case. It's doubtful to go to trial anytime soon just because of the measure of the charges and all of the evidence that they're likely processing. They had just found the location of Chad Mullen where he was buried at the end of October, so there's likely a lot of work for the state to do, and she's got to start on her defense with her attorney. So I will continue to watch this case and provide updates as they are available. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.